Hi, welcome back to Homespun in Wales. Right, it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a video. Been a horrendously busy fortnight. There's been a lot going on. First news is the oldies, both my husband's parents, who both have Alzheimer's and they're both 89 years old, have now gone into a care home, which has been brilliant. They've been gone for about 10 days now, and it's been so nice not having them around. I know that doesn't sound good, but it is. The stress of it all has just gone. We've had 18 months of them living with us, and it has been a nightmare. Very demanding nightmare. So that's the first thing. So we've been relishing in our freedom. They've gone in on a 3-week trial period, a bit like respite, and hopefully, all being well, they won't be returning, they'll be staying. So that was really good. So last weekend we took the opportunity of we went out to Devil's Bridge with the dog. We had a lovely trip out there. We then went off to meet up with some friends afterwards who we hadn't seen in 30 odd years. So that was really nice, and it was just a nice low-key day, not having to rush back to do medications, meals, sort out issues, problems, etc. And I feel like I've got something in my eye. I don't think I have. And the other thing is, it means I can go down the cabin and it's a nice relaxed atmosphere again, because where they stayed in the mobile home, it was right next to my cabin, and I could, whenever I went in the cabin, I could hear their TV going full blast. Both of them were deaf, so the TV would be up to the loudest volume, and that's with all the doors and windows closed, and I could hear it in the cabin. And also they did argue a lot, and I could hear that when I was in the cabin as well. So it put me off quite a lot going down the cabin while they were here. So that's made a bit of a difference as well. We've been out for meals. We've just done whatever we felt like, which has been really good, and the weather has been fantastic, so we've been making the most of the weather, getting chores done, jobs done around the small holding. We've had baby goats arrive, which has been lovely. That was a few days ago. And because the weather's been so nice, I've been trying to play catch up out in the garden and in the polytunnels. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze then. Yeah, so I haven't done much crafting at all, but I'm pleased to say my April box is finished, and I haven't got any of it up here to show you because I've been putting bits away when I have come in here. So now I haven't got any of it here to show you, but April box is finished. So that's good. That's another box. And of course it's May bank holiday weekend, first weekend of May. And that means I've got the May box to open. I have already opened it, in fact. Yeah. Yeah, so that's been good. The other thing is, I mentioned on one of my other videos, I don't know if it was the last one or the one before it, that I was looking to get back into dressmaking, and I'd pulled out some fabric and a pattern to do a dress. Right, I have got most of the dress complete. So all I've got left to do is the neckband and hem the sleeves and hem the bottom. And of course I've put pockets in it as well. It's a jersey fabric. I didn't bother with any pattern matching. But I've got most of it done. Right, oops, let's move you background. So yeah, so I'm quite pleased with that. I'm hoping now the weather's changed a bit and it's raining again, and I think we've got a bit of rain tomorrow, that I'll get the neckband finished tomorrow and get the hemming finished. I've actually brought it up here because I want to overlock the seams, and my overlockers are both up here, so I want to get that done. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's come out so far. So that's been a big achievement for me. I want to try and get a lot more dressmaking done this year. I have in lots of fabric to make garments, but I've just never got around to doing them. So this year, that's what I'm hoping to do. This fabric, by the way, was given to me by a friend. She was given a load of fabric from a gentleman whose wife had passed away, and the dressmaking fabric, like jersey, etc., she had no use for. So so it was passed on to me, so I'm trying to make use of it rather than it just sitting around. And my plan is this year to make a big dent in the fabric I've got, which means I can buy in some new fabric. I've not totally been abandoning my craft. I have been, let's see, week before, when I went down to the craft group, the little craft group that I go to once a week. It's on a Wednesday afternoon, and so I was sitting making these little tartan rose brooches, and I'd got the main part of it done. It was just stitching down the binding. That one's a bit dark. There's a brighter coloured one. So, and it is just using up the scrap bits of tartan that I've got sitting in my box. Oh, my camera's decided to wake up again. And yeah, so I've been making those, so they just need packaging now. And then last Friday I went to the machine embroidery day down, it's Bridge End, Cardiff way, Pontypridd, it's out in the Rhondda Valley, and it's the machine embroidery group I belong to, and it's the ones I went on a retreat with. So we had our day in the hall last Friday, and I only took my small embroidery machine along. I didn't take the big one this time, and I was just trying to make up some more of these for up and coming craft fairs. These are hair thingies. This one's a Celtic design. That one is a nice dragon. Sun and moon, or the planets. And they've got these sticks as well, so you can put them around your ponytail. And I got that one done as well, Tree of Life. So they're just to go with, and they're done in vinyl, they're just to go with the collection I've already got. But the other good thing about these is, I've got anything here to show you? I haven't, no. cardigans and shawls and everything. They can be used as shawl pins and to hold together cardigans that haven't got buttons. So I've been getting some of those done as well. So I haven't been totally neglecting everything. And of course there was me spinning. I've been trying to get bits of spinning done because I'm trying to make a big dent in that. And the idea of doing the spinning was I didn't go to Wonderwool and buy any more. I'm pleased to say I didn't go to Wonderwool. I stayed away. We went to Devil's Bridge instead, and I've got enough yarn, I've got enough textile projects, equipment, fleeces, everything. I did not need to go to Wonderwool. So I didn't spend any money, which was quite nice. Right, so let me show you what's in the mailbox. So first thing, I thought, oh good, I've got a bit of knitting to do in the evening when I pulled this out. But unfortunately I haven't. Right, it's got two things. Oh, let me take that out of the bag. Two things in the bag. First thing was, these were yoga socks, no pattern to go with them. I don't know where the pattern is, so I've started unravelling it. It was halfway through one sock, so I thought rather than try and find the pattern and pick it up, I'll just pull it all back and I can make a complete pair of socks from them. Now the other thing is, I did have a pattern, and it is this, and this is part of a scarf shawl in a very, very fine, come back, that's it, a very fine cobweb yarn in rainbow colours. It's called Red Pepper, and I remember starting it many years ago, and this is one of the skeins. And I'd obviously bought two skeins, and they're 13 grams on each skein, and they cost £3.25. So as you can see, it sort of knits up in a lovely random mix of colours, but because I don't know where I am on the pattern and it had been taken off the needles, so I've decided this is going to be pulled back as well. So that's them two. So yeah, there's no knitting in the evening to do. I could start a new project, of course. Let's put the pattern with that. So what else was in the mailbox? There's this. Now there's no instructions with this. Now I remember being given a big bag of these when I had the shop, and all the pieces are here for little ears and bits of body. I don't know if there's one or two here. There's several bits. There was a bit of a pattern, but there was no actual putting together. Oh, it's a teddy, loving teddy. There's a little bit, Jay's Fur Fabrics, and that has been typed out, so that was in long before computer days. That is the instructions, that little bit. And that explains the pattern pieces to you. So I'm going to attempt to put this together anyway this month. They've been sitting around for a long time. I've got some bits on the floor now. I'll get them later. So I'm going to try and get them put together. I've got eyes and noses, so there's enough there for two. That'll be really good, wouldn't it? Right, so that's that. The only other thing in the May box is this bag. Now, I've shown these before, I think maybe last year on my channel. And it was before I started doing the boxes. And these are all quilt blocks, and they're done in a shot silk. And there's two colours. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 completed blocks. I've got all the wadding cut out, and I've got other lots of the shot silk all cut out. Now, when I came across it, there was I had trouble finding the actual design I did. There's I think there's 4 different embroidery designs in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, maybe there's 6. Yeah. And there are, I don't know if you can see, tone on tone. So I'm going to have to find what pink I used and what, I don't know what you'd call that really. Duck egg blue, powder blue, steel blue. But I'll have to see if I can find that thread as well. And I know when I first came across it in my cupboard last year, and I was going to get it finished then, and I tried finding the designs, machine embroidery design that I'd actually used for it, and I was trawling through my designs, couldn't find them. Left it a few weeks, and then just by chance I came across them in another folder. So, and I put them to one side on my laptop. So I've got the designs there, and I think there might be 6 in the set. So I've just got to work out how many more I've got to do of each, and then put it together, and that's another quilt done. And that's all there is in the May box. So there's no reason. You can see the designs better. Whoops. She says better on the backs. Yeah, so it shouldn't be too much. I don't plan on doing any sashing in between. It will just be putting the blocks together and binding it. They're quite thick. The only thing is, like this one, where they'd obviously been sitting, it had got bleached by the sun. Yeah, so I'll have to get the design back off my computer again, and yeah, and get that done. So that is all that's in the May box. There was just 3 packages in there, so I don't think they'll take long to do at all. But my main priority is get the dress finished, and hopefully get that finished tomorrow. The other thing I've been doing is because I'm trying to clear stuff out, I came across my Mrs. Quilty. It's a magazine subscription where you get a box with fabric and accessories and that with as well. The fabric I like. I do like the fabric, and I like the feel of the fabric, but there's a quilt block in every box as well, and there's just lots of fat quarters, I've never done anything with any of them, so I thought I'm going to try and get quilt blocks at least made up, she says, but we all know what happens when you make plans. So yeah, so that is just another try and get them cleared out of the way. I do still have them coming, they come every month, and the ideas in them are fairly basic, but the quilt blocks, some of them a little bit challenging. So I think that's about all. I gave my overlockers a bit of an overhaul. I changed the cutting blade on my big embroidery machine because that was playing up a lot, so, and I wasn't going to send it in to be done. And I think that's it. I haven't got anything else to share. It's just been baby goats and planting out veg and growing seeds, yeah, and doing all of that. So hopefully I can next week show you the dress all finished. That'll be good. And who knows if it, I know I've got a couple of days of rain, so which means I won't be outside doing anything, so I need to crack on with these projects that are sitting here, get them done out of the way, and then I need to find another dressmaking pattern and pull out another piece of fabric and get that used up. So take care everybody, and I will catch up with you again very, very soon.